lived in the city of Warren and that the husband came up to his wife's employer and her several times. Police thankfully were able to respond to the scene within seconds. The wife was rushed to a nearby hospital where
Alright, what's up with it, y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video, and this is a situation that a lot of y'all been blowing me up about for the past week. And listen, if you've been rocking with me, you know how I move, but if you're new here, I don't jump at every story, especially when it's like something so serious like this. I like to have bona fide facts. I know y'all probably used to a lot of content creators that come out just like this with horrible stories like this, and I just don't be into all of that. But I do bring the stories, but I like to have bona fide facts when I do come to y'all. Now, so basically, for those who don't know what's going on, it's a young man by the name of Deshaun Flood. He actually has a wife by the name of Dominique Flood, right? So basically, it's a lot of people that's on social media just saying certain things about the case, but it's one video in particular that y'all sent me the most. It's a guy who was basically breaking down about like what took place in this whole situation. I seen it. I didn't want to get into it. It was enough people that already seen it, but it wasn't no facts behind it, just him saying what he said. So basically, today, the grandmother of Deshaun Flood, her Facebook page, and it's verified that it's his grandmother's Facebook page. They shared a post, a GoFundMe post, basically stating what was already being said by a lot of other people. So a lot of people are basically saying they don't understand how someone could have 3 different children up under someone's nose and they don't realize it. You got to realize and understand, some people really think that they have a real honest spouse, so they're not going to second guess nothing, right? Another thing that was also stated in the GoFundMe description was basically that he was suffering from mental issues. So it's kind of easier to manipulate a situation when someone is not capable of understanding every single thing that's happening in their life, even if it's in front of them. You know what I'm saying? But they're basically stating that she had 3 different kids, and come to find out, none of the children were his. So he snapped, went to her job, hopped out of his car, and proceeded to try to take her life with multiple gunshots. She's still living right now. They're saying that she will live after this. Now, I have not seen so many women in agreement with her losing her life. I'm not used to it. I normally see women taking up for women no matter what they do, if it's right or wrong. But in this situation, I guess the world is changing. I don't know, shit. A lot of people are really like rooting for him, trying to ask where the donations go and shit like that to help him. Some people always say shit like that, but really never help. They just be talking for the internet for a couple of likes. But if he genuinely snapped because of this reason right here, I can understand it. I'm not saying it's right, but I can understand it. It's better to go ahead and get a divorce, but when you got so many different feelings and things like that involved in the situation, it's hard to move forward. You know what I'm saying? You built a whole life with this person. They were married for 9 years. They've been together for 10 years. So at some point in time, you got to realize a person might do something to your ass for doing certain shit. But I'm going to go ahead and read the GoFundMe description real quick, and I'm going to show y'all the video that was sent to me the most and some of the news videos that have came out too as well. But let me go ahead and read this right here. It says that this is for lawyer fees. Story goes. This was kind of throwing me when I read that right there. It kind of threw me a little bit because it says story goes. But hey, let's go ahead and read it. It says 10 plus years together, 9 married. Only to take your son to the hospital, they put son in quotations, because he's ill with something that's passed from his dad's side, to finding out none of the 3 children are yours. He was the stay-at-home dad, going on all of the trips, cooking and making sure home was good while she went to school and worked, suffering from seizures and mental issues, still putting God first. Most know him as the deacon or preacher. This will make most men do unthinkable things. So 11 days before the incident, he checked himself into a mental facility, and they recommended him to a better place in Chicago. So they released him. Catching meningitis as a young man caused the seizures, and was told so they messed up right here. Don't think I'm slow, cuz it's messed up right here. It was a low chance of children because meningitis affected his spine. So him having kids was a blessing, he thought. So with that being said, you know, Raymond Flood is the organizer of the fundraiser. So that's another family member, what I'm guessing. But let's go ahead and watch these video clips right here. This is the guy who went viral for talking about it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the first person, but he was one of the most known people. I can't say known, but his video went the most viral. I'll say that. Let's get into it though and see what he got to say.
Imagine being married to your wife and you have 3 kids with her, and then you find out that one of the kids is not yours. That means that your wife cheated on you. Crazy. How about if you found out that 2 of the kids that you thought were yours are not? Your blood is probably boiling at this point. Well, guess what? In Deshaun Flood's case, this man found out that all 3 of the kids were not his. And to make things even worse, not only was this woman cheating on this man, she was cheating on him with his relatives. So the kids belong to his relatives. After getting this information, Deshaun decides to go down to his wife's job and confront her about it. She sees him coming and runs inside of one of her co-workers' car. That didn't stop Deshaun from shooting her multiple times. And when she tried to run wild shot, Deshaun chased her down and whipped her. After hearing the shot, some of the co-workers called the cops. The cops came, arrested Deshaun, and the wife made it to the hospital where she survived. There are some people on the internet that are saying it's a valid crash out because not only was she cheating on him, she was cheating on this man with his relatives. And others are saying that they believe that he took it too far.
So with him saying that right there, I don't know about the family members being involved. I would need to see bona fide facts of that right there. Because I feel like if he went this far, he would have went for the family members as well. That's just my thoughts and opinions. I feel like, shit, if you're going to crash out, you're going to crash out, especially like this. But, you know, you can't be so infuriated to the point where you just want to go after that person. So I can understand both sides of the spectrum. I just want to simply say that's not verifiable. We don't see that nowhere. And, you know, as far as like the mental institution and shit like that, all of this information that I just gave y'all was just released within the last hour or 2. Or 3, depending on when I posted. Maybe 4 here, I don't know. It was today though. And people didn't know that part right now. So after I post this video, I'm very sure people will take this and remix it and make other videos. But y'all heard it here first. Because I just literally just found this information right now directly on the grandmother's page. Let's go ahead and move forward. And these are the news videos about the whole situation. Let's go.
Breaking news out of Sterling Heights, where police say a husband shot his wife in her work parking lot. That happened at the Pomeroy Living Center on 15 Mile near DeQuinder. Gina Vici has an update on the victim's condition and the investigation.
She lived.
Yeah, this is still a very active scene behind me. Take a look at this. Look at the bullet casing markings on the ground here. Sterling Heights police saying around 8 o'clock this morning they received a 911 call that a woman had been in the parking lot here at the Pomeroy Living Center off of 15 Mile near DeQuinder. We're told an employee was shot by her husband in the parking lot. We're told they both lived in the city of Warren and that the husband came up to his wife's employer and several times. Police thankfully were able to respond to the scene within seconds. The wife was rushed to a nearby hospital where she is still alive. Police encountered the husband who was armed with a revolver and were able to take him into custody. Here is Captain Mario Bastianelli talking about the moment officers encountered the gunman.
Like I said, our officers were here, very quickly. So, which makes all the difference in the world of somebody with a and they're actively shooting at people. So this happened to be a targeted incident because it was a domestic situation. But you never know how these things are going to transpire, right? How they're going to work out. Officers show up, you have a guy with a gun, Does he go peacefully or does this end up, turning into a shootout with our officers? It's a, very stressful situation on everybody, including our officers arriving. All in all, a good ending to a bad situation.
Again, we're told the female victim is expected to survive despite being several times in the body, and again her husband has been taken into custody. No word yet on when he could be charged. In Sterling Heights, Gino Vici, CBS News Detroit.
And we get the latest.
Also developing today, a woman is A man is in custody in what investigators are calling a domestic situation that could have ended much worse.
And we get the latest now from Fox News' Charlie Langton.
She lucky to be alive,
So
boy.
many evidence markers at the Pomeroy Senior Living Facility in Sterling Heights near 15 Mile and DeQuinder. The police are saying this was a domestic.
His motive was to hurt her, and maybe possibly.
At 4 a.m., a man follows his domestic partner to her work, takes out a gun, and shoots her multiple times in the parking lot.
As she's moving around the parking lot, she's everywhere. You have evidence. You have the that was used.
Was she trying to escape?
She was trying to escape. Yeah, I mean, she's getting by this individual, and
And he kept on going.
of course, yeah.
And just as she is starting to work at this large senior living facility,
You have people that live there. You have families that come there and visit. There's a lot of people coming in. So it's a small area, fairly highly populated with people. And this incident takes place right in the parking lot.
Sterling Heights police say that both the suspect and the victim are in their 30s, from Warren, and have the same last name.
Here,
They're married. That's why they got the same last name. But I want to say, with him shooting over 20 times, you can see the evidence markers of how many times he did it. He was trying to make sure he did what he came to do. And I just simply want to say she's so lucky to be alive, because normally when things like this happen, you don't survive. I done seen people get hit up one time and pass away. So for her to get hit that many times, I'm thinking that she got hit that many times, at least 5 or 10. I would say, she's lucky. But he'll probably beat the, damn, my stomach growling. Damn, it's too serious for that, ain't it? But look, with all of this happening, with him having mental issues allegedly, he'll probably get some type of crime of passion, something like that, to get up out of these situations, because they have more leniency when you have a history of mental issues. It has always been like that. But let's get back into it. There's only a couple of seconds left. Let's go.
in a relationship and something went sideways or whatever, just get out of the relationship. Why hurt somebody over it?
Now that the suspect is in custody, the police will coordinate with the prosecutor's office, and charges likely will be coming. And what could they be? Probably attempted.
Seconds count when somebody, our officers utilized every second, got her help. The fire department helped out as well, and getting her medical treatment helped save her life.
In Sterling Heights, Charlie Langton, Fox 2 News.
So from what I've seen, it looks like he has a $1 million bond. I'm not for sure how true that is, but I'm gonna do some verifying in a second. I should have did that before I came here, but I just seen what I seen, and somebody literally just hit me up with the same video, and I said, let me just get straight to it and get to it here. But with a $1 million bond, it don't look like he'll be getting out, but they do have a GoFundMe up. I think it has already raised $400, so I think that he'll probably get some type of help here and there. But ultimately, I want to know y'all thoughts and opinions on everything. Do y'all feel like this was justified? Do y'all feel like that, he took it too far? Or do y'all feel like, shit, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes? I still want to make sure that this shit is all the way 100% the truth. I'm going to continue to wait. I'm going to just sit back and say it's a possibility that this might not be real. I'm talking about the reason and why. But if it is real, which I'm kind of leaning on the fence of it being real now since the family is posting shit, I just feel like it's a crazy situation. You got to be careful and always be honest with people in these relationships, because you can avoid so much shit by just being honest. You'll never know what somebody willing to accept. I keep on saying willing to accept, because it's your life. Ain't nobody got to accept shit. But you never know what they willing to rock with you on and be willing to deal with you, after you let certain shit be known. So it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. We're going to talk about everything in the comment section. And I'll holler at y'all later on another video as well. All right.